your first look at high school football scores and highlights. This is First Down Friday Night, sponsored by Papa John's, your community health mart pharmacy, Whataburger, and P2EDI. Now your hosts, Mo Carter, Naomi Gray, and Jonah Karp.
The road to the AHSAA Super 7 continuing with Week 2 action in the playoffs, and we've got you covered on the newest episode of First Down Friday Night. Mo Carter in the building tonight, and we've got 10 teams in the Tennessee Valley trying to punch their tickets to the state quarterfinals. Now, even though I'm in the studio alone, that doesn't mean that the rest of my team got the night off. They're all out on assignment, and thanks to the MAdison television, they will be appearing live on your television screen in the upcoming moments. Naomi Gray, she travels south to Blunsville, while Jonah Karp, he went out west to the Shoals area. And actually, we've got previews from both of them right now. We will start off with Naomi.
Second round of the Class 3A playoffs happening here at Pennington High School. That's where the Fife Red Devils look to advance to the quarterfinals for its 8th straight season. More on this game coming right up.
I've got battle of two of the top teams in Class 4A. I've got Randolph and I've got Brooks. Which team moved on in the postseason? Highlights coming your way in just a moment. Mo?
All right, thank you so much, Naomi and Jonah. We will hear from them in just a matter of moments with their highlights and recaps. We'll start things off in Class 5A. Russellville, the Golden Tigers, they marched to the second round of the 5A playoffs after whipping Lincoln 41-14. Tonight, the competition stiffened for Russellville as they hosted Fairview. For both of these squads, they averaged around 40 points a game, so we could be in for a high-scoring affair tonight. To take you out to the western portion of the viewing area for all the action, Russellville and Fairview meeting for the first time ever on the gridiron. And what a game this was. Fairview, they came out the box on top. Parker Martin throws the quick screen pass to Caden Jennings. Watches Jennings, follows the block and picks up the first down for the Aggies. The drive would culminate when Tyler Simmons runs off tackle, then watch him just cut back across the grain and gets to the end zone for a 12-yard score. That capped off a 10-play, 64-yard drive. Extra point was no good, though, so they only lead 6-0. Here comes Russellville. Connor Warhorse taking the handoff, going around the left side. He will dive for the pylon, however, he is out of bounds at the 3-yard line. But that sets up first and goal for the Golden Tigers. Warhorse didn't find pay dirt on that play, but watch what he does right here. Up the gut, 2-yard score. Extra point was good. Russellville now on top, 7-6. That was a 62-yard drive. Both of these teams eating up a lot of clock. Now, more from the Golden Tigers. Gabe Amick throws a quick strike to TJ King, watching he sheds the two defenders and picks up a solid gain for a first down in Aggie territory. Eventually, that would lead to this. It'll be TJ King on a wide receiver reverse. He gets a straight lane to the end zone and scores from 17 yards out. Russellville extends their lead to 14-6. Let's go to the end of the first half. A very crazy play is about to come up on your television screen. Just seconds left in the half. Russellville almost sacks Parker Martin, but somehow he finds the magic and then throws the ball in the end zone for a score to Tyler Simmons, a la Johnny Manziel several years ago. They get the 2-point conversion, so the ball game is tied up at 14 apiece at the break. What a momentum shift that was right there. Let's go to the third quarter now. Parker Martin and the Aggies of Fairview, they are in Russellville territory, and watch as Martin throws a dart in the end zone to Jameson Gobble. 12-yard touchdown on a fourth down play. Let's check out your final score from Russellville this evening as Fairview goes on to win by a final of 35-21. They eliminate Russellville. Also, it looks like they'll take on Parker, who beat Alexandria tonight by a final of 41-34. So, great season for Russellville. Fairview, you roll on to the quarterfinals. Let's move down to Class 3A. Lauderdale County traveling down to Piedmont. Tigers trail 17-0 at the break. Piedmont on the move. Jackson Hayes hits Gatlin Gardner for an 18-yard touchdown on the slant. Piedmont now on top, 24-0. Tigers trying to come back. Eric Fuqua throws it to Brody Covington. He uses the ref to shield off the defender and picks up first down yardage in Piedmont territory. But that drive, it would not last long. Duque fires it down the seam, but it's intercepted by Marion Foster. And, you know, it's kind of cold outside, so for a guy like Marion, he's got ice in his veins, everybody. He returns to 20 yards on the play right there. His second interception of the night. Let's check out the final score from Piedmont this evening. Piedmont goes on to eliminate Lauderdale County by a final of 31-0. They'll take on Winfield in the second round, in the quarterfinals of Class 3A. All right, everyone, it is now time for that social media check. You can hit me up at Mo Carter Fox 54. You can also follow Naomi at Naomi Gray TV, and also follow Jonah Carp at Jonah Carp TV. Hey, send us a tweet. We've got 23 minutes. So if you send us a tweet, we may read it out loud on air. All right, everyone, first quarter of First Down Friday night is over. Up next, we'll head to the Shoals area for a pair of games that feature both of the teams from the Tennessee Valley going head-to-head against each other. Stay tuned for that. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Before we go on, I'd like to thank the wonderful folks over at Papa John's for feeding our wonderful crew and staff. As you see, we didn't went through the pizza just a little bit, but it was more of a pregame snack. We got some more postgame things or whatever that we'll probably finish this off once everything is done. But back to the action. 7 postseason games featuring teams from the Tennessee Valley, and 3 of those contests featuring head-to-head battles of teams from the actual area. Our very own Jonah Carp had the privilege of covering 2 of those games this evening. He joins us tonight from the Shoals area with more.
That's right, Mo. I'm at Brooks High School, a battle of 2 heavyweights in Class 4A. Brooks and Randolph, just 1 loss between the 2 schools this season, and the first time in history the 2 programs were meeting.
Into the Lions' Den we go, and take a look at the halftime score. All Brooks in the first half. Randolph kicking off to start the third quarter. Onside kick, Raiders recover. Trying to make it a ball game, Andrew Hunter goes through all his reads, decides to just dump it off. Not a good decision. Intercepted by Joshua Tyler. 1 play, and the Lions get the ball back. Trying to pick up where they left off in the first half, Kyler Merks launches it. Pot of gold on the other end of the rainbow in the form of Newt Wood. 28 seconds into the third quarter, and another Brooks touchdown. Randolph desperate for some points. Ball at midfield, 4th and short, and they go for it. Handoff to Daniel Martin, smothered like gravy on turkey. Carson Wheeler with the stop. Ball back to the Lions, already up 4 touchdowns. Might as well make it 5. Merks with the keeper, sneaks it in for another score. This was all Brooks. Here's your final. Up the road, Mars Hill was playing host to Tanner. The 2 teams exchanging pleasantries before the game. No score early, 4th and short. Carl Parham whips it right to Skylar Townsend. 4th down conversion keeps the drive alive. Now in the red zone, 3rd down, Parham gets the defense to jump. So a new set of downs for the Rattlers, and they capitalize. Trey Crutcher breaks the ice. On the ensuing kickoff, Rattlers opt for the onside kick with Emmanuel Gonzalez. Pretty good return by Sam Williams. That sets up good field position for the Panthers on their first drive. Only took 1 play. Damian Thompson with speed for days finds space along the sideline for the house call. Tie game at 7 apiece. Next Tanner drive, 3rd down, and Parham fools the defense again with the hard count. So a new set of downs again allows Parham to show off the cannon. But check out the catch on the other end by Townsend. I mean, that's just absurd. Take a look at it again. Wow. Back to the red zone. 3rd down, hard count again. This time it's a false start. Parham fooled his own team. Now 3rd and long, give to Elanius Orr, swallowed up. So it's 4th and long. Rattlers try for a field goal. No good off the foot of Gonzalez. Might have been tipped too. Keeps it tied at 7.
And so the final from Mars Hill. Panthers win 47-20. So the Panthers move on. The Lions move on. By the way, the Brooks game, Mo, just 2 hours. All 4 quarters, 2 hours. The entire football game took, which is kind of surprising. Yeah, it was a blowout, but all those touchdowns, an entire football game, just 2 hours. I've never seen it.
Yeah, man, that is actually kind of strange. Apparently in that game, you must have had just a lot of ball control from both sides in that contest for it to just go a mere 2 hours, wouldn't you say?
Mo, I was having trouble hearing you there. Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, I was just saying that you talk about 2 hours. Well, apparently they just must have had a lot of ball control on both sides on the home and the away in that contest to just go 2 hours or whatever in a mere playoff game.
Yeah, I mean, this was just not a competitive game from the jump. At halftime, I showed you the score, but just to repeat that, it was 28-7. This was just one team showing up, which is shocking because this was billed as a contest between two of the best teams in high school football in the area, Mo.
All right, Jonah, appreciate all your hard work, man. Safe travels coming back to Huntsville. We'll see you next time. All right, we're now at halftime here on the First Down Friday night. Coming up next, the number one team in Class 4A took on Priceville. So we got an interesting matchup between the Bulldogs and the Mustangs. Stay tuned for that. Hey, welcome back, everyone. We just saw Brooks and Randolph square off in a battle of local teams over in Class 4A. Well, there was another head-to-head matchup in the same classification, and it featured the number one team in the classification, MAdison Academy. Bob Gossey's team hosting Priceville in a second-round battle on a dry, brisk Friday night at Bill Washington Stadium over in Madison. This was set up to be a pretty good game. We'll show you how things go right now. A short kickoff by Priceville early on. I guess they did not want to kick it deep to some of those dangerous guys MAdison Academy has deep down the field. Now, the Bulldogs defense, they would hold or whatever as MAdison Academy tries to convert here. And they do. They move the ball down the field well. However, MAdison Academy was forced to kick a long field goal. Ian Vachon, 51-yard attempt. It's up, but it is no good, just outside of the upright. So the Mustangs defense now has to play well, forcing a 3-and-out, and there's a high snap. Mason Carty, former First Down Friday Night MVP of the week, runs out of real estate on that play. MAdison Academy, they're now back on the offensive, and who are they going to give it to? Well, how about Will Stokes? Coming into this game, this guy had like 35 touchdowns on the entire year. It's just something amazing. Every time this guy touches the ball, as you see, he just keeps gaining yards and gaining yards and gaining yards. Of course, we know that he's not the biggest guy in the world, so he picks up so many yards so you don't see him in most cases or whatever. But he picks up a crucial first down right here. And look, if they ain't broke, you know the deal. Go ahead and give it to Mr. Stokes. He bounces it outside, and he will pick up another first down. So we got first and goal. And then eventually, let's hand it to Stokes again, right up the gut for a touchdown. MAdison Academy finally getting on the board. It's now 7-0 as the MAdison Academy Mustang fans in the stands, they are loving it. Let's go to the second quarter now. Priceville starts to get things going. They pitch it out to Mason Carty, and we know Carty, when he can find some real estate, he can, gain up a lot of yardage. He gets a stiff arm here and picks up a first down. But again, that Mustangs defense would stiffen as the QB goes on the keeper, but Deuce Spurlock, the Michigan commit, stops him in his tracks right there, and they are forced to punt. After that, it is the Stokes show, everybody, as screen pass will eventually come up and go to Jalen Holmes right here. Holmes is another guy that literally can just take it down the field. He picks up solid yardage on this play. I'm going to tell y'all this, everyone. Eventually, MAdison Academy would get the ball to all of their playmakers. As you see, Stokes here. Excuse me, no, that's not Stokes. That's actually that's William Stokes right there, everybody. Then William Stokes goes ahead and takes the handoff, and he's to the races for a touchdown, 25 yards out right there. Let's check out your final score from this one, everyone, as MAdison Academy goes on to win by a final of 35-7. Next week, looks like they're going to travel down the road. They'll take on Good Hope, who beat Northside today down there. So the number one team in the land, guess what? They're going to roll down I-65 and see what happens. Quickly, let's go to Class 1A. Decatur Heritage, they were taking on Ragland, and we want to thank the people at Decatur Heritage for sending these highlights as Braden Kyle goes 60 yards to the house for a touchdown right there. He runs over a man at the goal line. Then later, it's Kyle showing that arm strength. Look at this ball all the way in the air, and it goes all the way to the end zone for another 60-yard scoring play. It was 49-25 at that point. They were playing basketball on grass tonight with Decatur Heritage. Let's check out your final score in this one. As Decatur Heritage goes on to win, we got to give you an updated score, everybody. Final score for this one, 76-60. Yes, Decatur Heritage scored 76 points tonight. So next week, they'll take on Pickens County in the quarterfinals. Oh, my goodness, just what a crazy event of things going on, everybody. So it's just been wild, everyone. And, of course, we still got more First Down Friday night coming up, but let's kind of just draw back just a little bit. We weren't doing First Down Friday night, of course, in the early 2010s. However, if we were, we would have been covering a guy named Grant Hill. Grant Hill was an All-American, Under Armour All-American who went on to play at the University of Alabama. However, recently everybody's been shocked because he lost his life, passing away at the age of 26. Our very own Jonah Karp caught up with his former high school coach, Scott Sharp, and here's what he had to say.
He struggled a little bit early on as a freshman. I think he may have weighed, it was 360, 365. He was very heavy and ended up having some back issues early on and had to overcome some back issues and lost quite a bit of weight from his freshman year to his sophomore year and junior year. I think that setback maybe kind of set the tone that, hey, if I'm going to do this, I've got to do it to the best of my ability. And I think Grant made a decision at that point in time that he was going to be the best he could be.
How does he go from having back issues and losing a lot of weight to saying, you know what, I have that drive in me to tell me to keep going forward and I can do this despite all of the adversity that I'm dealing with from a physical standpoint?
Yeah, I don't know early on if Grant really had a desire to be a college football player. He was so involved in track and shot, and his dad was his coach, and they were just very involved in the track field, and Grant was phenomenal at doing that. Certainly his junior year, maybe even his sophomore year, you started seeing this guy's special. He can do things that the guys that his size shouldn't be able to do. And colleges started seeing that, and more came around, and then he got down and he got to experience the game day in Tuscaloosa or wherever it might be. And I think that attention that he was able to see and just the atmosphere that was created there, he wanted more of that.
All right, you can catch Jonah's full conversation with Coach Scott Sharp on Sunday on Fox 54 Sports Extra. Stay tuned. We will wrap up First Down Friday night next. All right, welcome back, everyone. We've got one more game to check in on, and that is the defending state champion, Fife Red Devils. Our very own Naomi Gray went down to Bluntsville to see how Fife did tonight. And, Naomi, there were some pretty good results for Fife, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely, very good results for Fife. They won 43-14 over Pennington, and this is a matchup that they went in knowing that they had the chance to dominate. And also, I want to give a shout out to their freshman wide receiver, Logan Anderson. Tonight, he was just a few yards away from notching 1,000 career rushing yards for this season alone. That's something unheard of, especially from a freshman. So he has a bright future ahead. But now Fife is going on to advance to the second round of the playoffs for the 8th straight year, and they're gunning for that championship title that they're very familiar at snatching.
So much, Naomi. We had a few tech issues or whatever. Don't worry. We will post her recap package on the website over the weekend for all our Fife Red Devil fans looking for that. Don't worry. We got you covered, everyone. All right. Well, we want to thank you for joining us for round 2 of the playoff edition of First Down Friday night. I'm Mo Carter. Jonah Karp was in the shows, and Naomi Gray was down south. Before we leave you, we'll hook you up with final scores from the entire area, and we'll see you next time right here on Fox 54.
First Down Friday Night is sponsored by Papa John's, your community health mart pharmacy, Whataburger, and P2EDI.